I am inviting you to join us on a lesson on how to adjust the sails, the head sail and the mainsail on this beautiful performance boat, the Salona 46. I'm going to talk a lot about the basics. I'm going to talk a lot about a little bit more advanced stuff. And of course, feel free to add your opinion in the comment section. I love to learn from you guys, and I love to improve myself, and I don't claim to be a know-it-all. I know from what I've learned and what I figured out, and I'm pretty sure it's true, but I'm also wrong every now and then. So we're on the first day of Oranteach sailing courses, and we've done a lot of maneuvering, we done a lot of docking, and now we're finally out sailing. This is mint sailing conditions. The wind is about 10 knots of true wind. We are cruising at 7 knots right now. While I'm explaining, I'm gonna be checking around the surrounding, okay? But also you guys need to help me with that a little bit. Don't lean too much on the thing. Sit here on the side or on the dinghy. So, yoo-hoo. Beautiful. Look at all those stormy clouds. Great, so everybody can hear me? Great. Look at the sails now. I want you to take a moment and just look at the sails, look at their shape, look at the tails, just bask in the beauty of the sail and how we are generating power by going into the wind. Crazy, right? Who would have thought we humans are capable of this? Basically, the wind coming from over there, okay? You see the wind coming from over there? The wind coming from over there and touching this edge, the front edge of the sail, okay? Wind goes on the outside and wind goes on the inside, okay? They go in different speeds. That different speed creates different pressure, and that is basically the lift power that helps us go and generate power. It's of course more complicated than it, and the keel also plays a major role, but that is a lesson for later. But right now, I want you to understand how we adjust the sails. And to understand how we adjust the sails, we need to first understand the tails. And the tails pretty much tell us how is the wind flowing on the sail, okay? So we have wind flowing on the outside, and we have wind flowing on the inside. If the wind flows parallel, it's all good. If there is some sort of turbulence or stalling, then you'll see the tails not flying straight, okay? Another thing I want to talk about is that, I don't know if you see, but the sail right now from bottom to the top, it's pretty much at the same angle. I don't know if you see it. At the front here, you can really see it from here. The angle of the sail from bottom to the top currently is equal. Later I will show you how we can play with it to change the angle at the top a little bit compared to the bottom. But we start with the basics. Tails. Anybody can tell me what they do? Sorry? Show you how the wind's going on the sail, right? Are we adjusted good right now? Yes? Yes? Pretty good, right? Let's make it worse. Stay here. So to make it worse, I can do a few things. First, I can ease out the sail or trim it in too much, or I can just change my course. I want to change my course, so I'm gonna go 20 degrees more upwind. Okay, and now since we're going 20 degrees more upwind, the sail is not trimmed. Okay, so first of all, what did I do? Anybody notice what did I do? I changed course, right? So I headed up. Before, the sails were adjusted perfectly. And now what happened?
It's coming at the side of the sail now, right? We take the sail in now to counter.
What did you say? Can you repeat that?
Now we should take in the sail short.
Right. So we came closer towards the wind, right? I changed our degrees by 20 degrees more into the wind. Instead of 60 degrees to the wind, a close reach, we went 40 degrees to the wind. We are on a close haul right now. Wind coming from over there, okay? If we are heading up, what do we need to do with the sail? Heading up means going closer towards the wind. What do we need to do with the sail? Bring it in, right? What is the telltale telling you right now? Tighten the sail. So we have the inside tailtails and we have the outside tailtails. Before, both of them were good. Now, which one are good? The outside are good and the inward ones? Exactly. So if the inward ones are going crazy, bring it in. If the outside one are going crazy, let it out. If both are going crazy, when in doubt, let it out. If you're not sure, just let it out. Questions? Brian, you don't look that convinced?
No, I'm just thinking what you're saying. No,
Okay.
makes sense.
Makes sense. Do you understand why we need to tighten the sails? Because we changed our course. We went more upwind. But if we didn't know that, the tailtails can tell you, tighten me. Okay? So if I go to the back right now and I tighten the sail, it will be good. What else can I do if I don't want to tighten the sails? But I want, huh? What did you say? Go back to where we were. If I go downwind, if I bear away 20 degrees, I'm back to my good course. Okay?
This is a close reach.
Right now we're on a close haul, 40 degrees, close haul. Okay? Great. Let me tighten it. Better? Better, right?
Yeah.
If I tighten it too much, what will happen? The outer ones, right? Great. Now,
And if you ease it too much, then does it start luffing then?
if I ease it too much,
Yeah.
it will start luffing. And then you'll see maybe the outward ones are good, but the inward ones will go just like it was a minute ago, before I made it harder.
Might actually be a bit too much.
Sorry?
There might be a little, it's a bit,
A bit too tight. How can you tell?
because the outer telltale is sort of erratic sometimes.
Exactly, all right? So now I'm gonna do something. I'm not gonna tell you what I'm doing, so close your eyes, but then you'll see something different in the sail. I hope. Can anybody notice what I did? I did a few things. Now we're developing our skills to look at the sails and see that something is different. Yes, Eric, what do you want to say?
I think you let it out, and
Yes.
I think you added twist.
I let it out and I added twist. What the fuck are you talking about? What is twist? Brian, you have an idea what is twist?
Nope.
Elizabeth? You don't know what is twist. Maybe Mike knows?
The difference between angles downside of the sail and all the way up.
All right. Mike said it's.
How do you twist it though? What do you
Mike said it's a difference between the angle of. Yes, I don't know if you noticed, but look at the top now in compared to what it was before. It's a lot more open. I opened it up more. If you would have looked at the back part of the sail, it was like very straight. From bottom to top, it was very straight. Now, it has more curve in it. Okay? No, the back part, the leech. Okay? It has a lot more curve in it right now because I added twist.
How did you do that?
How did I do that? All right, let's go a little bit more towards the back now. Carefully. Great, that's here. Stay here, stay here, stay here. Okay. What I did is I changed the angle of this. You see this thing here? You have it over there on your side as well. It's called the head sail car.
This?
Yes, this.
this thing is
It's called the head sail car. If I move it forward, I'm changing the direction of where I'm pulling this. Instead of pulling it, it was all the way here before. We pulled it like this from down. If I move it forward, I will pull this more down. When I'm pulling this more down, I'm pulling the top more. If I'm pulling the top more, I'm closing up the top in relation to the bottom. That's the first thing I told you, like the angle all the way is tight. If you look at it from this angle, I've added twist to the sail. Instead of having the sail going like this, now it's going like this. I added twist.
And why did we do that?
No twist, with twist. You see the curve? I'm basically bringing this point closer to the top. I created twist. Why did I do that? First, to show you, but you usually want to do it for many reasons. One of the reasons could be you want to depower the sail. You just want to depower a little bit the sail. So you open up the top more. Open up the top. It's like I'm releasing the top more. The bottom still stays good, but I'm opening up the top more. I'm depowering the sail. Maybe I will have less heel like that. Okay? But it's not just about that. It's about adjusting the sails. Sometimes, most of the time, the air that we feel here in the bottom is slower than the air at the top. The air at the top is faster. The higher you go, the air flows faster because here on the bottom it has friction with the water, friction with everything. Most of the time. Wind, in the end, does whatever the fuck it wants. There's updraft and downdraft and bouncing off katabatic winds on mountains. But in general, the air at the top more faster than the air at the bottom. Because the air is more fast at the top in relation to the bottom, you need to adjust the sails accordingly. Because if we have 10 knots here, but 15 knots up there, that means that the angle changes as well. Because if you know vector, if the speed changes, if the force changes, then the angle changes as well. I'll show it to you later on the maps if you're geeks and if you want to. But for now, understand that because it's different speed, it's different angle. And if I need to adjust the bottom to 60 degrees, remember we were 60 degrees and it was perfect? On the top, it's not gonna be 60 degrees. On the top, it's gonna be 70 degrees, 80 degrees. There's some sort of difference. So if I want perfect sail adjustments, I need to make sure that the bottom is adjusted to 60 degrees and the top is adjusted to 70 degrees. So I need to open up the top a little bit more, right? If I want to go from 60 to 70, what do I need to do? Ease out the sails? Are you still following me, or am I went into a tantrum of, yeah?
Is
Yes?
60 and 70 the exact perfect?
I'm just giving out numbers. But I'm saying like the top, because it's faster, the angle is going to be bigger. That's 100%. That's the physics. If the true wind is stronger, if right now, if the current wind, the true wind, is going to be bigger, we're going to feel the wind shift from over there to over there. If we go faster, if you turn on the engine right now and give ourselves 5 more knots, if we have turbo engines right now and I give 100 knots, full power, where is the apparent wind going to be? Right in front of us. Does that make sense? Imagine we had Looney Tunes rockets behind us and we give woof, where would you feel the wind? Huh? In our faces, right? So the faster the speed that we create, the more the apparent wind goes to the forward. The faster the true wind, the more it goes towards the back. Okay? So if the true wind at the top is stronger than the true wind at the bottom, at the top, usually the wind comes from a wider angle.
So say that again. So you said the faster we go, the faster we go this way, then the apparent wind.
I want you to imagine it the funniest way. That way you understand and remember. Imagine Looney Tunes rocket behind us and you give forward.
Right.
What will happen?
Right.
Right? So we feel the wind coming from the front, right? So let's not exaggerate now. Let's not add 100 nautical miles per hour. Let's just give a little bit with the engine. We're giving 1 more knot to our speed that we create, to the wind that we create by moving. Then the apparent wind will go forward. We will feel that later if you want to give a little bit with the engine. Okay? But I just said that example. It may be jumping to a little subject because I wanted to explain why the top usually needs to be a little bit more open. If it's really light wind, the difference between the bottom and the top is way more significant. Okay?
With a lighter wind, you said?
In lighter winds, why? Because it's light winds, so there's a lot more friction. Like the friction does a lot more to the wind.
The percentage of
Exactly.
is higher.
The percentage of difference is higher because light winds with the friction that it has here closer to the surface is greater. If it's strong wind, I don't care about your friction. I'm moving. So the difference is less. Yeah? So in light winds, if you add the twist, well, remember, adding twist is like opening up the sail. So in light winds, if we open up the top, it might give you more power, which is counterintuitive, technically. Because right now, if I add twist, we will go slower. If I take this one back, I open up the top even more, it will go slower because we depower the sails. Okay? Can you ease out some of that? Come and look. But before you do that, can you pull on the, yes, pull on the jib sheet with the winch, with the winch. Go, 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 go. Great. Now our shape looks better, right? Okay? And look at it. Even the telltales say you're pretty good. Our tails are pretty good. Watch what happens when he eases this. Yep. So this one goes backwards. Look here, look here. We're pulling more parallel. This. The bottom stayed the same. The tails are still good. But look at the top now. You see how it's flappy?
Yeah.
And if he brings that car forward, you will see how we're pulling it tight. We don't want to do it when there's a lot of tension. Okay? So what you're going to do is this. I'm going to move. Wait. I'm going to move. You're going to release the jib sheet, pull, and then bring the jib sheet back so that we can show the difference between how open this is right now to where we take it to the other edge. Okay? I'm moving. Go. Ease out the jib sheet. Careful, guys. It's going to be a little bit luffy. Ease it out, ease it out, ease it out. More. We don't want tension, so ease it out more. Great, now pull the car. So look, he's pulling the car now. The car goes forward. We are going to change. Go, pull. Great, lock. Ah, it was locked. Yeah. Okay, now pull on the jib sheet. Pull, 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 pull. You have a shit show on your winch. You have a shit show on your winch. Stop. You have a shit show on your winch. The lines are wrapped. Wait, take the winch handle off. Yes. You had a override, it's called, all right? Now when you do it, you want to take the winch handle off, fix it, and then continue. All right, great. Okay. You can stop and you can come look as well if you want. Look how close it is right now. How close the top is compared to what we had before. Yeah? Great. Now we learned about sail twist. Is there other ways we can adjust our head sail? He said no. Huh? Wait. So we talked about this, right? This is the jib sheet. If we pull it tight, brings it in. If we let it out, takes the sail out. We saw with the tails, and this is the line we're probably going to use for 95% of our head sail adjustment. Then we talked about the car that basically changes the angle of where we're pulling on the clew. This is the clew. It changes the angle of where we're pulling on the clew. What else do we have? To play with the sail, to change its angle, to change its shape.
I don't know if we have it, but we could have a barber hole.
We could have a barber hauler. For some reason, on this boat, it's not rigged. Maybe I'll ask next week that they rig it. Barber hauler is basically a line that you can pull this one inwards or outwards. Barber hauler is technically supposed to also be pulling out, but because it's like a cruiser boat, we cannot really rig something here to take it out. So we have an in-hauler, it's called. Sorry?
Would it be, if you had that barber hauler, where would it be?
It's like pulling it from here, like
Would it
from,
be on one of these?
yes, on one of these to pull it like that.
That gives you more shape.
That can bring it in and out, and that changes the slut, the distance between the mainsail and the head sail, and it also helps with changing the direction, changing the twist. But I got a lot of hate comments saying that, oh, you can adjust the twist with it. Whatever, call it whatever you want, internet. Just chill. What the fuck, man? But with the barber hauler and the in-hauler, like everything else, you change the shape of the sail. When you change the shape of the sail, you're basically changing the point where the lift is. Can you hear me from over there? Yeah. Okay. You're changing the point of where the lift is being generated. So you can move that point more forward. You can move that point more up, more down, more to the back. And basically you're changing your sail capabilities. If you want to go more upwind, okay? Like right now we're going upwind maximum on 30 degrees. Let's say you want to go 25 degrees to the wind. You can use the barber hauler to change the draft, the curve of the sail, so that it points a little bit more forward and you can generate more force to take you more upwind rather than to the side. You can change the amount of heel you're having. A lot of things you can do with the shape of the sail. Okay? I'm honest with you guys. I don't know exactly what it is, but I understand the logic behind it. Because this is like an airplane wing. And airplane wings, they have the point, it's called the stagnation point, the point where the most pressure and the lowest pressure is. And if you move that point, the forces, they just go in different directions. So if you take it more up, you will be more heeled. If you take it more forward, you can go more upwind. If you take it more into the middle, maybe you have more power, but also more heel. So there's all sorts of crazy racing tactics and all this kind of stuff that go into it that I don't know.
Question.
Yes.
So there's this car on that side, and
Yes.
then there's one on this side.
Yes.
We didn't do anything with this.
Why didn't we do anything with the car on the other side? The question was, if the guys didn't hear, is that we have a car and we have the jib sheet on the other side. We still haven't used them. Why is that?
I'm not sure.
Anybody wants to answer? We're not using that side, right?
Because the sails are on that side?
Because the sail are on this side, the head sail on this side. But remember I asked you what other line we can use? Was that the line that you were meaning?
Well, no, we still got four of it.
The what? Ah, the furler.
We can follow it, and we have actually like two small lines right here.
Ah, look at that. All right, so we have these two lines here, okay? I don't know how this is called, but this one is called the leech line. Leech line, this is the leech, okay? So this is the leech line and probably the foot line, yes. Okay? This is like a little shoestring that can help you control the shape. From what I've heard, it doesn't really contribute too much to the performance. It's just more for the looks, so it's not shaky. Okay? But what other line can we use? Thank you, Eric. So technically, what is this line? This is the lazy jib sheet. This is the lazy jib sheet. Working jib sheet, lazy jib sheet. If we pull this, it will actually pull the sail more inwards. Huh?
It's just an improvised barber pole.
Yes, kind of like a Poorsman barber hauler.
Like a barber, so it makes the sail more.
Okay? And well done on the answer of these two lines. I even forgot about them. And also the furler, you're correct. You can play with the furler and also add things.
It's a rounder shape, which
The-
gives more
the-
power, but it's harder
Small
to go
tiny
into the
boat
wind.
that I've been
Harder to
learning
go
at
into the wind with a curvy sail.
Yeah.
You want a flat sail.
The lazy jib sheet, yeah. All right,
You're getting more of a circle.
great. That's
If the question is still valid, because that's an important line. We can use the halyard. So if
Ah.
we lose the halyard,
great. I also, yeah, we can actually, this one is the head sail halyard. If we ease it out a little bit, then
that's doing the same thing. So now you
Whoop.
got the balloon
we
and
make,
sail
yes,
in this direction.
yes. What he's saying is that we're making the sail more balloony, which is correct. If we drop the halyard down, we will make the sail a little bit more balloony. When do we want the sail to be a little bit more balloony? When we're going downwind. Remember, imagine the pirate ships, the old pirate ships. They just had parachute and they could only go with the wind. And if you want to go upwind, like we are doing right now, you need the sail to be more like an airplane wing. Whoosh. A sailboat is basically an airplane like this. We have these wings and the keel is the other wing. And together, that is what makes us go into the wind. Because most of the power that the sail is generating is over there. Yet we are moving forward. That is because the resistance below from the keel contradicts all of that and generates a whoosh forward momentum.
So lighter pressure on the other side of the sail.
Sorry?
The lighter air pressure is like pulling the sail up.
Yes. The big pressure is here, the lighter is on the outside, and then there's suction. Questions? All right, let's go back and let's talk about the mainsail. Woohoo! I'm gonna stop the recording right now just so we have two clear recordings. Beautiful lesson. So, we talked about the head sail adjustments, and now the head sail is looking good. Now we're gonna talk about the mainsail and the mainsail adjustment. Currently, we're doing 7.8 knots on 60 degrees, 12.5 apparent wind. Okay? Really nice, but we can make it a little bit better. But before we jump into this, I promised you guys to explain to you about the mainsail a little bit and about the reef lines and all this kind of stuff. So this is our mainsail, okay? Now, first of all, the mainsail has like plastic things that go all along it. You see those? These are called the battens. when we are raising the sail, we want to make sure that these battens are not stuck with those lines that hold the sail bag, the lazy jack, the gray lines. You see them? So when we're raising the sail, we want to make sure that the battens, the plastic things, are not getting stuck on that sail. What is the job of the battens?
The shape of the sail, right?
Help with the shape of the sail. Do you have them on any boat? No. Which type of boats you don't usually have them? Do you know?
In mast furling.
In mast furling, there's a lot of boats that have the mainsail furl inside the mast. People like it because it's easier to pull it out. I hate them because it's harder to pull them in. And again, it's all a question about what do you want to do in an emergency. Like I always think about emergencies. In an emergency, I want the easiest way to drop the sail, which is just releasing this line and hoping everything falls down, rather than struggling with the furling mechanism, okay, that goes inside the sail. Other than that, it doesn't have the battens, so the sail shape is worse. These battens, they keep the shape, okay? You can also see that the sail, the stitches of the sail, right? Different sails, different stitches, different points of power, also for the head sail. Okay, great. What else can we say about the mainsail? Right now, the mainsail is like this. At the front over there, it's attached to the gooseneck. Here, there's a ring. It's attached to the mast. This point is fixed. You do not take it off only when you take the mainsail off. Here, this point. Then the mainsail has 3 corners. The back corner is called the what? The back corner, yes, this one. What is it called?
It's the clue.
No, the corner.
Corner.
The corner is called the clew. C-L-E-W. And there's a line that pulls it. There's a line that pulls it. I don't know if you see it. Blue and gray line. Do you guys see it?
I see it at the very corner.
It's over there. This line is called the
Outrigger.
outhaul. Yes, this one. Yes, this one is called the outhaul. It pulls it and it tightens the lower part of the sail that is called foot. So, the front part that is connected to the gooseneck is called the tack. They use the same word for 3 different meanings. Tacking, starboard tack, and tack.
So it's tack, blue, and
Tack, clew, head.
head.
Okay?
Which is also the bottom, of course.
Between yes. Between the clew and the tack, we have the foot. And the line that pulls in to tighten the foot is the outhaul. This one, yes, the outhaul. Yes?
The outhaul tightens the foot.
Outhaul tightens the foot.
And it's attached to the clue.
To the clew, yes.
And it pulls the clue out on the boom.
Aft.
That's why it's an outhaul.
Outhaul. You know, I swear to God, this is the first time somebody said it, and I'm like, oh.
Some of these make sense, not all of them.
See, every day you learn something new. Out. So, uphaul, right? Uphaul, downhaul, outhaul.
But we call the uphaul halyard.
Uphaul, halyard, yes. Halyard is any line that goes up and comes down.
Downhaul is a Cunningham.
Dunninghall, and there's a downhaul and there's a Cunningham, yes. 2 different things. Okay, so foot, outhaul, clew. How do we call the line that pulls the head up?
The halyard.
The halyard. So basically, our foot was already tight, and then when we raised the mainsail, we just raised the halyard up, and then we gave tension to the front part of the sail that is called luff. Luff. Which also there is luffing. Luffing means that the luff is shaky. It's called luffing.
Sail flaps.
The sail flaps. Okay? So we pulled on the halyard. Yes? What? Sorry?
If it flaps in the front, it's luffing.
If it flaps in the front, it's luffing.
With
Yes.
the head sail. Yeah.
Yeah, both of them.
Both.
So the head sail also have a luff, which
Yeah.
is the front of it.
All the terminology we're saying right now is both for the head sail, both for the mainsail. Then we have our mainsail up. All is good. All is good. Then we're using different lines to control it. Okay? Before we dive into the lines, I just want to show you again the reef. So, you see this big triangle? Right now our mainsail is with 0 reefs. 0 reefs on the mainsail. Yeah? Biggest mainsail we have, 0 reefs. So far so good?
And what is a reef again? Remind me.
Reef is basically if the wind is too strong right now, we will be heeling too much. The boat will be overpowered, and overpower is not good. We will have a lot of heel. Our rudder is going to go out of the water. It's going to be uncomfortable. We're going to put a lot of strain on all our riggings. Not good. We want to be more efficient. So instead of using this big mainsail, we're going to use a smaller set of the mainsail. We're basically going to cut the bottom. We're going to bring it down and cut the bottom. With the head sail, if we want to reef the head sail, what can we do? Furl it in a little bit. Okay? So, you see this line? Look where it's going. You see this? If I pull this down, if I release the halyard and I pull this down, I'm going to have a sail that is, I don't know, 2 meters less. I'm going to have a sail that I took 2 meters from. Okay? Now you remember when I explained about the mainsail right now? Right now, that we pulled on the halyard and we tighten up the outhaul? We need for the sail to work, it needs to have tension on the bottom, tension on the front, right?
Yeah.
If there is no reefs, just like this, we have the outhaul to pull it out, and we have the gooseneck to secure it at the front, right? The,
Yeah,
goo-
that's that clip in the front.
the clip in the front, right? So if I want a smaller sail, I will need to clip it at the front and pull it in the back. Okay? So you see the red line?
Yeah.
What is the red line doing? Pulling it down and backwards.
And that's one of
Is it in addition to the outrigger?
So the outhaul, but look, the outrigger is taking charge of the bottom part of the sail. His question was in addition to the outhaul. So I'm explaining that it's not in addition. It's on a different part of the sail. I don't need to pull this end because this end over here is not going to be what I'm using for. I'm going to be using that one, the where the red is. That's going to be my new sail. You see how the red is in the same height as the blue?
Oh, yeah.
Okay? So this is going to be my new sail. Okay? Actually, I should have done it when we were reefing. But I don't want to make a reefing lesson right now.
The red is
We're going to do it
the
later.
reef line, right?
Sorry?
The red and yellow are the reef lines, right?
This one is the first reef, the red.
Yeah.
This one is going to be the second reef.
Yeah.
0 reefs, the biggest sail. First reef, smaller. Second reef, smaller. Does that make sense? Great. This was just to show you we're going to do reefing later. Okay? And you cannot see, but on the other side there is a green line, green and gray line, that pulls it from a little bit higher point. Okay? This one. Questions? Okay, now we understood our mainsail. There's one more, I mean, you know what, we'll talk about it in the adjustments. So now, how can we play with our mainsail. What kind of controls we have? Brian, you go first.
Pull it closer to the hull.
What line can we use to change the...
We use a traveler.
All right, let's start with the Traveler. You wanted to start with the Traveler. All right, play with the Traveler. Figure it out,
Yeah.
how this works. Oh shit, guys, look. So, you see the shower head here? It was running with water. So when we're done with the shower, remember to close it from here. Sorry?
It's me.
It's you. It's all right, not looking for casualties, but
The plank. This is my horizon.
you owe me a shot, sir. I said hey. Yes. So let's look what the Traveler is doing. If you can see the Traveler on this boat, which is a performance, usually on most boats you have the Traveler over there at the front, and then it's inconvenient to use because I will show you the benefit of this thing. Okay? If I'm cruising and I'm here on the helm and I'm like, oh, I'm the coolest person ever, tilt, this. All of a sudden I see a gust of wind coming. Do you guys know what a gust of wind is?
Yeah, that's when you get like a big thing out of nowhere.
A big rush of wind out of nowhere. Sometimes it could be 10 knots more. So right now we're sailing in, let's say 15 knots of wind, and all of a sudden you get a gust of 25. All of a sudden, you know, you're overpowered. The boat is heeling. How can you depower yourself? Let out the main. But if I let out the main and this gust is only like 10 seconds, then I need to again readjust it. Look from here, like a boss, okay? I undo the other side. Oh, I let it out. Gust is over. I pull it back in. Okay? And I can know exactly where I was before because it's very visible. You see that? So this controls, when it's here, it's super fun and super easy. See what I'm doing? What am I doing to the boom?
Pulling it closer to the hull.
I'm pretty much just changing the boom position from left and right.
What is that gray line attached to? Though?
When I'm moving this, and you see how it's on purchase? What does it mean to be on purchase? It means that there is a line that goes into a block system and comes back. It allows me that every pull that I'm doing is a lot more stronger. That is why I can move this so easily with one hand like this. Okay? So that's why this Traveler is so good, because you can control the mainsail without a lot of stress and pretty much easy. And you can remember where it was. But I'm asking another question. What did they do with the boom? Where did it move it around space?
Moved it this way.
This way or that way, right? Did it move it up or down?
No.
Not really, right? So just left and right. Let's be more accurate. Windward and leeward. Okay? Yes, we're just moving the boom right or left. The next control we have for the mainsail is
For the mainsail,
yes,
the outhaul.
the outhaul. Before the outhaul, let's talk about the most basic thing we can control the mainsail with.
It's a halyard.
No,
The mainsail itself, like
the main sheet.
Yeah.
This line, right?
Yeah.
All right. Elizabeth, can you go here to this one? Can you undo the main sheet? Yes, on this boat we have main sheet control from over here and from over here. Why? In racing, you can have two people winch it in. It's much faster. Also, kind of nice to have somebody here on the jib sheet, here on the main, and all this kind of stuff. Look what's happening. I want you to look while you're doing it.
Yeah, I see it.
All right, do it more. What's happening to the boom?
It's going that way.
Explain it to me. Leeward, but also, anybody noticed anywhere else it's going? Going up. So by playing with the main sheet, we are, now if you pull it in, what will happen? If she pulls it in, where will the mainsail go? The boom will go?
Upwind.
No, now if she pulls it, No, first you want to lock it on the winch. No, but first on the tooth. Do another wrap. Do another wrap without touching anything. No, 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 no. Another wrap without touching the teeth. Now on the tooth. No, no, no. On the tooth. This is the tooth. No, backwards. This is the tooth. Yes, yeah, yeah. That silver thing.
Oh.
And then inside the rail. Great. Okay, look what happens now when she pulls the main sheet. Okay, it's not all the way, so you need to put it all the way. Yes, like that. This little thing here allows you to put it all the way in. Now it's this. Now one side will be easy and slow, and the other side will be harder and faster. Go. Look what's happening to the boom. What is she doing? She's bringing it in, but also a little bit down. Everybody sees that? So basically with the main sheet, with this line, we can control the boom in and down or out and up. With the Traveler, how did we control it? In and out. With the main sheet, how do we control it? Up and down. And in and out. What else am I missing? What other line can complete this beautiful series? Maybe you know what I'm about to aim. I'm about to make a point. So we said there's one line. The Traveler will take it in and out, but not up and down. There's the main sheet that takes it out and in and up and down. And what line will do the completion of it?
The vang.
The vang. What is the vang? This is the vang. Okay? The black line over here or the black line over here? The vang. Ooh. Hello, Austrians. That is a weird boat. It's like a catamaran, but it's not.
With a monohull.
Is that a catamaran?
No.
Is that a trimaran? But look, it has the helm on both sides. You see? Oh, we have helm on both sides. What am I talking about? Brain fart! No, but you understand why I said it's weird, because it looks like a catamaran. Never mind. Boom vang, this line. The black line over there. It's also in a purchase system to kind of help you pull it with one line without a lot of problem. Okay? Look what this thing is doing. Okay? Look at the boom, don't look at me.
Oh, it's going up.
It's going up, right? And if I pull it,
It's going down.
it's going down.
You're tightening it up.
Yes. Aha! So basically, the boom vang, the Traveler, and the main sheet, they kind of complete each other, right? So like with the Traveler, you can take the boom left and right in space. With the main sheet, you're kind of doing both, right? You take it out and up and down. And with the boom vang, you just control it up and down, okay? So basically, these three lines help us move the boom in this space here. And moving it in this space here basically means just you're changing the angle to the wind, you're changing the how full the sail is versus how tight, how flat versus how full, where is the drag, where is the draft of it. And these three lines are the main thing we're going to play with to kind of control the position of the boom and the shape of the sail. Okay? But these ones control the position of the boom. We have more lines that can control the shape of the sail, which are, you said it before, for example, this thing, right? The out hole. If I release the out hole right now, I would bring the, what's it called? The
Clip
clue closer to the
to the, yeah.
tack. So I bring the clue and the tack closer, the sail becomes a little bit more balloony. Yeah? What else we can do? We can also halyard. If we bring the halyard down, the sail also becomes a balloony. Yes?
So do you use a lot of this stuff in racing then?
Usually, yes. The boom vang, yes. The boom
Yeah.
vang you use, right? You're a racer though. Did you use the boom vang a lot? Right. Did you use the boom vang a lot? Yes, of course. It's an easy line to control the up and down motion of the boom. Usually you can control the back part of the sail more, right? Because if I take it up and down, it affects more the leech. Yes?
And upwind you're tightening it, and downwind you're loosening it.
So this is the main one you use when you race, not the Traveler or...
No,
No,
we
it's
didn't
not
say
the
that.
main one,
We
no.
didn't say that. You said, do we use it in racing? Yes. Probably the main sheet is the most used line. This one. Okay? So just a quick recap. Boom vang, main sheet, and Traveler used to move the boom in space. If you want to control the sheet itself, the mainsail itself, you can use the out haul, the halyard, the leech line. There's also a leech line here, that thin shoestring that we're pulling. You also have it here. And the stitches of the sails itself and the battens, right? Now, the mainsail. You see those little holes that it has, like in the middle? You can put tails there. That will help you understand if the mainsail is good or not. But if you can see, we have tails in the back over there. Okay? If they're flowing straight, you're doing good. If they're not flowing straight, play with it and until they flow straight.
So if I'm understanding
What I did hear that you want the top ones, a good racer friend told me that you want the top ones to not always fly straight. Yes?
Yeah, it depends on the wind, but you want like 50% of time of is going backwards, because this way it's like you almost reached the point where it's gonna go off, and this is the fastest you can reach actually.
Everybody understood what he said? So you want the sail to be not 100% efficient, correct?
No, it's not 100% efficient. It's the 100% efficient. Just the point at which it's about to go off is the fastest one.
Okay. A little bit before the climax.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Anything else I want to say about it?
So,
No. Now, what I want you guys to do, and this is a promise you need to make for the rest of the week, is to fall in love with the process of fucking around and finding out. All right? So when there's moments of silence, go play. Ease the halyard. I don't care. Ease the out haul. See and feel what we want. Like, how does it affect this boat? You have the chance this week to go on this boat that is very responsive to the wind and to changes, right? So you can really play with it, look with your eyes, and see what it does to the sail, okay? Right now, by the way, what do we need to do with our sails?
moving up
Huh?
and
Where's the wind coming from?
on our starboard side.
On the starboard side, but where? Which angle?
That's a 90-degree, right?
You look to the top. That's not 90 degrees, that's almost 140. But I'm going to show you how to not just use the instruments, how to feel the wind. And this is what I want you to do for the rest of the week as well. I'm going to turn off the instruments at the beginning because I want you to start being aware to the environment and start to feel. If you practice this more and not rely on instruments, when you're doing docking, you will feel changes of wind. When you are doing the points of sail, when you're doing maneuver boards, you won't have to be reliant on any one of those. Plus, these things break at the top. I've had boats, they don't have it. I've had boats where the instruments lie to you a lot, okay? Feel. How do I feel? I would first look, okay? Let's say I'm looking over there. Right now I'm feeling the wind just on my right ear. I would move my head until I feel the wind on both ears, okay? When I reach the point where I feel the wind on both of my ears, I will overcorrect a little bit, feel it on one ear, and then come back to that point where I felt the wind. This is where I feel the wind. If you look to the top, it's probably pointing somewhere over there because again, the wind difference is a little bit different from what we feel here and what we feel over there. You can check the flag is agreeing with me. Wind is coming from over there. Again, I feel the wind on one ear. I start to move. I feel the wind on both ears. I overcorrect, yep, that was the point. That little overcorrection helps me really pinpoint where the wind is. Great? Great. You guys adjust the sails, I'm taking a nap.